And welcome to another countdown. And, well, Starbound. Starbound is one of the most interesting, deep games I've ever played. Yes, it's in the early stages of beta, but damn, this game has a lot of stuff. Be it the wonderful sprites, weapons, landscapes, and more. But my favorite aspect is the races. Starbound has 7 playable humanoid species that you can play as in-game. And they all have interesting lore, origins, and more. So, why not do some more worst to best stuff? I don't know. On to the video! Yeah. Well, the apex species is my least favorite of all. Why is that? Their backstory is very, very cool. Their armor and ship designs look futuristic and surely badass. And best of all, they're the brains of the group. If you know me well, you know I put great value in precision and intelligence. The apex go by that philosophy as well. So much so, that they are willing to make themselves uglier and trade for more intelligence. I am one to prefer smarts over looks any day, but come on. A species that is deliberately ugly. And maybe some of you like the look, but I don't. I'll give props that they made them look like great apes. That's a nice touch. But if you want my pros, I don't hate them. I quite like them. I enjoy their cultural style of ultra-modern dystopia. The futuristic look can be seen very well in their higher tier armors and especially their ship. And their backstory is quite chilling in a good way. As I said earlier, the apex traded looks for smarts. But before that, they were quite similar to humans in appearance. They soon discovered the vestige Evo process and made the switch. Their story consists of political corruption, gruesome silencings, and that good stuff. Here's an example. For a time, the Mininog received criticism from several prominent apex for what appeared to be a bias towards selecting only the poorest in society to be members of the Chosen. This criticism was silenced, however, when the critics themselves were selected. Spooks. And need I mention Big Ape, the evil tactician about whom many Apex NPCs won't shut up? Yeah, he's pretty scary. There seems to be more hidden evil characters per race, but who needs them when you got an evil monkey? So overall, I do like Apex. I just really don't like, well, looking at them. This is going to be relatively a hard entry to explain. Humans. You know, the Homo sapiens, the species I'm assuming you're a part of. As I said in the Apex segment, there are no races I really don't like, so I'm not a self-hating human or anything. The human's lore is interesting overall. Basically, it's a story about how Earth eventually lost its use, just without the Enviro-Nazi stuff. Humans were the first species to engage in space travel, however they were only able to travel around their own solar system for a long time. They began fighting more often with Earth's resources depleting, and their space travel rates grew exponentially in hopes to survive. At one point, a beast life form came to the planet and wreaked havoc among the citizens of Earth. Humans then spread out across the universe to find new homes, and here they are now. Just another one of the 7 playable races in Starbound. So why don't I like them as much as others? Well, I guess they're just humans. I guess it's sort of why I don't like the Mii fighters much. You're just being yourself. And I have RPG Maker for that. It's one of my preferred races to play, which is the fact that you're a human is kind of boring. It's comforting in a way, but I just don't care for the idea much. But believe me, their stuff is badass. I'm willing to say that their armor sets are the coolest looking in the game. Their ships are also pretty cool, but not my favorite. I like to think of the humans' cultural style as what would have happened to the Apex under different circumstances. The humans were kind of screwed over, so their culture isn't as advanced and powerful as that of the Apex. But due to their demise, the humans tend to enjoy more free, adventurous lives. I don't usually see human towns. The Apex built their lives on keeping themselves away from danger, so they end up being, well, ugly power-tripping jerks. Okay, so this is going to be a relatively unfair portion, because I don't really have any true viable reasons why Highlevels are so low. No, seriously. I'm at a deadlock here. Help. But, Highlevels are fish people. They're based off of Eastern Asian culture, mostly feudal Japan. Highlevels are pacifists. They're known to be incredibly peaceful and are likely the most empathetic race of all. But it becomes a problem. The Highlevels are basically the ones who always get the receiving end of the attack. It's revealed that other races kind of use them a lot. The Kluex cult uses them as sacrifices, Florence hate them and seem to enjoy their flesh, and for God's sakes, the reason you're on a ship in the beginning of the game is because Florence evicted the Highlevels planet. Damn, kids. I know fighting back is dangerous, but do something. I have to give them a point for creativity on the Highlevels design. You can make most other races pretty easily. Make a devolved human, Apex. Paint a dude green and glue some flowers on him, Florence. Put a bird head on a skimp, Avian. Highlevels are very creatively made, and that's a plus. They're likely based off the axolotl in some ways. You know, Dr. Shrunk. You can see it in some ways. The Highlevels are the most creatively designed race, possibly rivaled by a later one. Their armor and ship design is merely okay. Nothing really special, just what you'd expect from Cordado weeaboos. The The Florence is one of the most dangerous races of all. This species is relatively young, so it hasn't gotten used to the morality of most of the races. The race is based on tribal culture, with some questionable habits. For example, cannibalism is acceptable. Great! It's a common ritual to engage in such acts as funerals, which I'm surprised they even have. It's expected that the plant species is loving and pacifistic, like the Highlevels, but no, and that's what made them so powerful. They aren't what you expect, or at least the races. The Florence say some of the most entertaining things. The way they speak is hilarious, and it's pretty funny hearing someone talk about how much they like dead stuff. Oh, Florence, you're all so cool. Their ship design is one of the weaker ones, I think. The presumably stolen Apex ship covered in vines just isn't that cool to me. However, their armor is badass. I believe the most important thing for armor is that the highest tier one looks cool, and Florence might just have the best top tier one. Like, damn, that thing is badass. I personally don't like the physical design of Florence much. They're just green humans with a sinister face. Their appearance customization is honestly pretty shallow, with many designs looking pretty lame, at least in my opinion. Excitement. Glitches are one of the most interesting races of all. The Glitch is one of the most consistently well-designed races in Starbound. From their lore to their design, the Glitches seem to always do well. So yeah, their lore is the best part. See, the Glitches are robots. Duh. But since they are robots, they must have a creator. But we don't know who is responsible for the creation of the Glitch species. All we know is that they were created to simulate society and its progression. Somehow, a fault came in their system, and they are now stuck in their medieval cultures and beliefs. They are still capable of modern reason and sentience with their ability to engage in space travel. The Glitch are thought as crazy and often hunted down by other races as well. It's easily one of my favorite background stories of any Starbound races. It's creative and somewhat sad in a way. I don't know, they seem to always be lesser than other races. Their design is wonderful. They're just cute little robots. You've plenty of great options to make your little robot unique. And may I mention their armor? You get some really cool knight armor. I love it. And the inclusion of multiple heads was a cool touch as well. The ship is something really cool, though it's not my favorite. But the castle or fortress design is amazing. Like, oh my god, that's really cool looking. Pretty damn sweet. So yeah, I'd say Glitches are, in my opinion, the most consistently good race of all. So why aren't they higher? It comes down to the fact that I'm not one to play the robot character. That's simple. Sorry. When the Novakid race was announced, I was pretty unimpressed. However, as time went on, I learned to love them. Novakids are weird star people. I have no idea why, but it's pretty cool. Their origin is relatively vague. We know where they came from ancient stars that are dead now, but that's really the most of it. Their origin is vague because the Novakids have nearly no desire to record history. They are a very smart race, however they seem to never care about anything but the now. Take an animal's memory, take a smart person's brain, and combine. The Novakids don't care about recording history because they get tired and uninterested very easily. It's why they're so bad at research and recording knowledge. So basically, they've super ADHD. They settle for good enough because, as I said, they get bored very easily. The culture of Novakids, I love it. They are based in the Wild West, and it's pretty fun. The Novakids ship, in my opinion, the best. It's a train, and I love me some trains. But seeing a flying train is just satisfying in a way. Their armor's a merely okay set. There are some sweet western designs, but that's it. But there isn't much change, and it's quite a problem. The core design of a Novakid is very cool. They are glowing star people with brands on their faces. The colorful, diverse selection of options keeps your Novakid unique. So the Novakids are a wonderful race. A great ship, decent armor, good lore, and a unique attitude. Let's just get to the final race. We don't need build-up. This list ends with an anticlimax anyway. Avians, my favorite race of all. Why? Well, before I really discuss that, let's go over the basics. The Avians, unlike other races, don't have some old tragedy that split them as a race. They're a bunch of bird people. They believe they were stripped of their wings as punishment for entering the world of the smelly lower races. According to them, strict regular prayer is the key to getting wings in the afterlife, or the ether. Avians are immersed in their religion greatly. They always focus on simply training to protect their temples and such. They made little technological progression until other races gifted them with some decent technology. Avian numbers skyrocketed as they journeyed the universe, spreading their beliefs as they went. Some Avians chose to leave their stargazing culture to become grounded. These Avians do not believe in the story of Cluex. Because of this, they are treated as outcasts and are disliked by the stargazing Cluex-loving Avians. It's an interesting story, and I do enjoy it. It's not trying to be a sad, horrible tale. Just a simple representation on how these birds live and how they changed. The Avians are based on Native American culture, and it shows in their clothing and temples. Their ship is my second favorite, only behind the Novakids. It remembers Aztec stone structure with some hieroglyph-inspired text around. There's also a huge gem just there. It's a cool ship. Want to know what isn't cool? Their armor. Some are pretty good, but others just look stupid. Especially some of those later headdresses. I understand the cultural style which they're trying to imitate, but it just looks dumb. Wow, am I really saying this for my number one? Yeah, Avians are pretty flawed, but I don't care. I do enjoy having good armor, backstories, and other things, but when it's a race that I don't see myself as, I don't need them as number 1. Avians are my number 1 because they're birds. I like birds and I see myself as an avian. It's that simple. I enjoy playing the role of a grounded bird. The avians are my type of race, and I think the developers like them too. But seriously, avians are awesome. So if you played Starbound, what's your favorite race? Be sure to leave your answer in the comments below. It'd be very nice to see.